Quick and serious. Have you ever been in a situation when your instincts scream, leave now? What happened? What did you later find out you avoided? Or, when did your instincts scream, leave now? And what did you later find out you avoided? Story number 1. I was taking the southbound red in Chicago during wintertime a few years ago, and 3 people wearing balaclavas entered my car, which was already pretty full. 2 were standing in front of one exit, and the other guy was standing in front of the other. I saw them scan the people in the car in my peripheral vision. Then the guy standing alone looked over at the other 2 and gave them an okay nod. I felt like something was about to go down, so I got off at the next stop and walked the rest of the way home. Fortunately, was not stopped by one of those guys when I passed them, probably because other people were in the car. About 10 minutes later, I got a ping from the Citizen app saying something along the lines of robbery or shooting at this particular next station. I passed the next station on the walk back and saw tons of cop cars along with an ambulance parked at the entrance. Story number 2. My mom had something like this. It was back in 2003 when I was 12, my sister 10. Mom and Dad were planning on a date night, and they were going to have us kids go stay with our grandma and great-grandma for the night. Mom said she changed her mind last minute, and instead they rescheduled and we all stayed home. My grandma's house burned down that night, killing my great-grandma and severely injuring grandma and one of my uncles. Had my sister and I been there, we would have likely been in the same room with great-grandma or grandma, and one of us would have died. Story number 3. When I was 13, my aunt took me to the beach. It was a little later in the day and pretty empty, just me and her. Not too far out, I found a sandbar. The water went from knee deep to suddenly not being able to touch the ground. But I went out further and found a second sandbar where I could touch the ground again. I kept diving under the water to try to feel around sand dollars, but I noticed a faint buzzing that started getting louder and louder and louder. There were no boats or anything, and I could only hear it when my head was under the water, but it sounded like something was next to me or super close. It was starting to weird me out, so I looked back at my aunt, who was standing next to 2 other people, frantically waving at me and screaming, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. I just knew right then and there, don't splash, don't panic, and move slow. I basically tried to keep the pace of just walking back, even when my feet couldn't touch the ground. The buzzing I was hearing turned out to be sharks circling me. 2 joggers noticed the fins and told my aunt they weren't dolphins and that they were getting closer to me. My aunt was pissed I took so long getting out, but I told her I felt like it would have been an awful idea to start kicking and splashing, and something was telling me to go as slow as possible. Story number 4. Okay, a little less dark than most comments here, but I thought I'd share. I went to the zoo with some friends and my girlfriend. There was this huge bird cage, I forgot the word, where you could walk in and see all the little colorful birds. As we were walking, we noticed a dispenser where you could buy some seeds and sugary water to feed the birds. So we did, all fun and games until my gut told me we had to leave. I took my girlfriend's hand, and we made our exit, and 2 minutes later, so did my friends, who were now covered in bird poo.